Roller Coaster Tycoon Mobile is going for the legitimate experience of a real theme park with entry fees, lots of junk to buy, and long wait times. Let me know how you feel in the comments below, but first, my opinion. I'm Tarmack, and this is Feature Creep. So apparently, Atari is still publishing games. You wouldn't know it because their last full release that wasn't a remake was a game with the riveting and creative title Special Forces Team X, released in February 2013. Before that were a slew of Atari Retro PC and arcade titles in 2012. Not a terrible surprise given their bankruptcy fire sale last year. This company quite literally lives and breathes nostalgia, much like its parent company Hasbro, because that's all it has left. The last Feature Creep was about nostalgia itself and the idea that we should be leaving it in the past where it belongs, as a good memory unspoiled by the rigors of reality. I love those childhood memories, but when garbage like Dungeon Keeper Mobile comes along and stomps those memories into the ground with the continued poison of the iOS and Android free-to-play model, I just wonder how much longer the gaming public will put up with this kind of nonsense. Why do I say all of this? Because Roller Coaster Tycoon Mobile was just released in the long-standing nostalgia tradition of game publisher Atari that hasn't had a good new idea in years, but still maintains a reasonable library of intellectual properties. That part is actually a lot like Nintendo, except Nintendo was never bought, split, sold, or shut down, and most of their games work, are fun, and use an ethical business model. And somehow they made it worse than Dungeon Keeper. Why is it worse? Well, like all freemium titles, you know what? No, we're not going to call this freemium or free-to-play. It isn't free, you have to pay $3 to get the game. And if that's all there was, I'd even say it was a bargain. However, all that $3 that you have to pay gets you is $5 worth of in-game currency in the form of red tickets. These red tickets are used to speed up the timers on building your rides and park attractions. And try not to be surprised when the game prompts you to speed up those timers over 10 times in the first 10 minutes of gameplay. They wouldn't want you to use any of that in-game currency later on in the game when timers are much longer and it would actually be useful. Alright, so here's the checklist. Paid app price of $3, timers forcing the player to not actually play the game unless they pay more money, abusive game mechanics driving frustration and constantly badgering players to buy in-game currency, and spamming your friends via social media to get more tickets so you can actually play the game you paid for. Onto the game itself, it's a simplified version of RCT. There's no visual customization of any of the buildings or flat rides though, which is disappointing. A feature now standard in town builders for rotating the camera is not present. Park visitors don't appear to care where you put paths. The coolest pre-made roller coasters can of course be unlocked early for tickets or by reaching obscenely high in-game levels first. You can customize roller coasters, but that involves buying more land, with costs scaling up very, very rapidly. And last but certainly not least, you can attach the game to your Facebook account to spam your friends for a few measly tickets every day. So there you go, the first video game that is exactly like real life. You pay to get into the park, you pay to use the attractions, and you wait in long lines. Just don't expect the roller coasters to actually stop at the station to see people get on and off. That doesn't happen because, logic, Disney would be proud. Did that excite you? That was the last real Roller Coaster Tycoon. Go buy it on Steam and support an actual RCT game. Oh, and by the way, this was released in 2004 and would probably run on your phone if Atari had the brainpower to actually hire someone to port it. It's funny to me when current games get shown up by 10-year-old titles. That's all I have to say. Tarmack out.